The United States, newly independent after the Revolutionary War, needed a system of government. The Articles of Confederation adopted in 1777 proved too weak. States held most of the power, leaving the central government ineffective. The nation faced challenges. Disputes arose between states. The economy struggled. It became clear a stronger national government was needed. Leaders recognized the need for a new framework to unite the states and secure the blessings of liberty. In 1787, delegates from 12 states gathered in Philadelphia. This became known as the Constitutional Convention. Their goal was to revise the Articles of Confederation, but they ultimately decided to create a new governing document, the United States Constitution. The delegates to the Constitutional Convention were a diverse group of prominent figures. Among them were George Washington, James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, Benjamin Franklin, and Roger Sherman. They brought with them a wealth of knowledge, experience, and a shared commitment to forging a more perfect union. The delegates debated fiercely over how to structure the new government. They grappled with issues like representation, slavery, and the balance of power. Compromises were essential to reach agreement. The Connecticut Compromise, for example, created a bicameral legislature with representation based on both population and equal representation for each state. After months of deliberation, the Constitution was finally signed on September 17, 1787. It established a new form of government, a republic, in which power resided in the people and was exercised through elected representatives. The U.S. Constitution is a remarkably concise and enduring document. It is divided into three main parts: the preamble, the articles, and the amendments. Each part plays a crucial role in defining the framework of American governance. The preamble, beginning with the iconic phrase, "We the people," outlines the Constitution's purposes. It emphasizes the values of unity, justice, domestic tranquility, defense, general welfare, and liberty. The Articles establish the structure and powers of the federal government. They describe the legislative, executive, and judicial branches, their respective powers and limitations. They also define the relationship between the federal government and the states. The amendments reflect the Constitution's capacity to adapt to changing times. They address a wide range of issues, from fundamental rights and freedoms to refining governmental processes. Central to the Constitution is the principle of separation of powers. This concept, advocated by Enlightenment thinkers like Montesquieu, divides governmental authority among three distinct branches: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial. The legislative branch, Congress, is responsible for making laws. It is composed of two chambers, the Senate and the House of Representatives. The Senate provides equal representation for each state, while the House is based on population. The executive branch, headed by the President, enforces the laws. The President serves as the head of state, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and chief diplomat. The judicial branch, led by the Supreme Court, interprets laws and ensures they are consistent with the Constitution. This power of judicial review is a cornerstone of American democracy. Pillars of Freedom, the Bill of Rights and beyond. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution, known as the Bill of Rights, were added shortly after its ratification. These amendments guarantee fundamental rights and freedoms to all Americans, protecting them from government overreach. The Bill of Rights includes freedoms of religion, speech, press, assembly, and petition. It also protects the right to bear arms, safeguards against unreasonable searches and seizures, and guarantees due process of law. Subsequent amendments have expanded rights and liberties further. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery. The 14th Amendment granted citizenship and equal protection under the law to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and the 19th Amendment granted women the right to vote. Enduring legacy, the Constitution's impact on America. The United States Constitution has had a profound and lasting impact on American society. It has served as a model for democratic governance around the world. Its principles of limited government, individual rights, and popular sovereignty continue to resonate today. The Constitution provides a framework for resolving disputes peacefully, protecting minority rights, and ensuring a balance of power. It has allowed the United States to adapt to changing circumstances and address new challenges. The Constitution is not a static document. It is a living, breathing document that has evolved over time through amendments and judicial interpretation. its principles continue to be debated and reinterpreted in light of contemporary issues. Adapting to the time's amendments as instruments of change, the Constitution's framers recognized that the new nation would face unforeseen challenges in the future. They wisely included provisions for amending the Constitution. The amendment process, while deliberately challenging, allows for the Constitution to adapt to changing societal norms and address injustices. Amendments to the Constitution reflect the evolving values and priorities of the nation. The abolition of slavery, the expansion of suffrage, and the protection of civil rights are testaments to the Constitution's capacity for change. The amendment process ensures that the Constitution remains a relevant and responsive document reflecting the will of the people. It is a testament to the enduring power of the Constitution that it can adapt to the needs of a changing society while preserving its fundamental principles. The Constitution and the world, a beacon of democracy. The United States Constitution has served as a model for democratic governance worldwide. Its principles of individual liberty, limited government, and popular sovereignty have inspired countless movements for freedom and self-determination. The Constitution's influence can be seen in the constitutions of many nations around the world. Its emphasis on human rights, separation of powers, and the rule of law has shaped the development of democratic institutions globally. The United States, guided by its Constitution, has played a leading role in promoting democracy and human rights around the world. The Constitution stands as a beacon of hope for people striving for freedom, justice, and self-governance. Our responsibility to the Constitution. The United States Constitution is not a self-executing document. Its preservation depends on the active engagement of each generation. As citizens, we have a responsibility to understand, uphold, and defend the principles enshrined in this remarkable charter. We must engage in informed debate about the Constitution and its interpretation. We must hold our elected officials accountable for upholding its principles. We must exercise our rights and responsibilities as citizens. The Constitution is more than just a historical document. It is a living testament to the enduring power of ideas like liberty, equality, and self-government. It is our duty to ensure that its legacy endures for generations to come. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.